welcome to my insanity. So, Reifenstein, where have you been? I have been having surgery and uni, but I am back, and I am back with probably one of my favorite videos that I've ever done. I have decided to take inspiration from one of my favorite YouTubers, Mondo. If you don't know who he is, you are definitely missing out. His fashion is just spectacular. His commentary is golden. He is a hairdresser YouTuber on YouTube. I'll link it in my description or whatever it's called, because really he just makes my day so much brighter when it's bad. So you know what? I want to incorporate that in the weeks that I've had, and I decided to take inspiration from these photos. Pop, 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 pop. And I have made this lovely, luscious, pink, furry jacket and maid. These are probably one of my favorite things. He doesn't have them, but in essence and respect and inspiration for just his overall extraness, because he just lives by being extra, I decided to make my just ordinary, boring, black going out shoes these beautiful, sticker bombed, glittery Disney shoes. So if you want to see how I've made the jacket and made the shoes, what they are, and see how I took the photos that are inspired by his Instagram, please stick around. If that doesn't tickle your fancy, then I guess I'll see you in a different video of mine that might tickle your fancy. Let's go! Okay, so I have all of this like fake fur, but either way, I call it cartoon fur because it looks like something you make a Muppet out of. So I have 2.5 meters of this cartoon fur that I got like ages ago for a different project that I lost inspiration for. So this has come in handy, and it's absolutely perfect for what I want to use it for. I'm gonna have to like cut bits and pieces off. I think I was trying to make a furry pink potato sack, in all honesty. So I'm gonna cut some of this so that it actually looks correct, and then I'm gonna go through like the entire tutorial and how I usually make this. I have better instructions on how I make jackets in other videos. My Anne-Marie, my Ariana Grande one, those ones are probably the better ones to watch because I started from scratch rather than having a mismatched project. Janet Louise Reifenstein. Alright, I'm just gonna, oh, but I don't want to cut it. Alright, we're cutting it. Oh, what is this? Janet! So, clip notes version, if you don't know how I make jackets, this is the easiest way to explain it. So, I find a jacket that already fits me really well. So, the way I look at jackets is you have 5 panels. Your 2 front panels, your back panel, and your arm panels. So, what I do first is I make the vest of it, which is your front panels and your back panel, and then I stitch them together first. All you gotta do is you gotta get your fabric, lay it down flat, pin it on, cut it around with enough so that you've got enough fabric to like make a seam on the inside, otherwise you're gonna make it too small. Also, don't cut it so close that you're gonna cut the actual jacket that you're making the pattern off if you're doing it my way. What I've got here is 1 back piece, pretty big, I like my jackets oversized, and then 2 front pieces. So there's fur going everywhere. Lay your back piece down flat, lay it down so that the fur is facing you so that it's not like on the table, and then get your front piece and line it up the way that you want it to be. So we're going to be stitching it so it's inside out so that the seam is on the inside, not on the outside. So all you want to do, line it up, pin it down, and then once you're happy with it, stitch it up. And I just want to say, like, with these videos, like, I love creating them. I genuinely love making these videos for like more than one reason. Like, they're just so therapeutic for me at the end of the day. Yeah, I just don't want anyone to ever think that like I'm doing this for a purpose other than I have so much respect for the people that like I take inspiration from, and I use that to make something good out of something that might be bad, if that makes sense. So anyway, I have this all pinned up now, and I have my 3 panels together. So the best way of checking stuff, if you're like me and you don't have a dress form, is chuck it on without stabbing yourself with a pin, because trust me, when you accidentally get one in your shoulder blade, it ain't as good as acupuncture. Now that I'm happy with how it's all like pinned and stuff, and it's like nice and like oversized, which I love, I'm going to grab my trusty sewing machine, which I haven't named yet. Someone give me a name for it. Comment names for me. And I'm just going to stitch up the 3 panels, leaving room for my neck and leaving room for my arms, because if you don't do that, you've literally made a sack. I have fur in my mouth. See my vest made with real gorilla chest. That seemed funnier in my head. Now my vest section is done, I can start working on the arm. Ah! Wait, that is the vest. One sec. Now that my vest section is done, I have my other like section of fabric, my leftover fabric to make the arm. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the top of it down so that this section up here is just like curved around so that the top of the sleeve won't actually have a seam because you don't have to stitch it. So then all I do is I grab my jacket, fold it at the top where the seam is on the vest section, and then fold it at the bottom where the vest section also meets. So then I line it up so that I have excess fabric on the side of it so that I've got enough to stitch these two bits together. And I lay it flat at the top, creating like almost a triangle shape. And then I'm just gonna make sure that it's all flat, there's no creases. And then once I'm happy with the shape, I'm just gonna pin it, unpin it, and you've now got an arm panel. So now that you've got your arm panel, fold it inside out, line it back up, pin it up again, and then you can start stitching. Yep, so now you have your arm panel, or one of your arm panels. Of course, make a second one. I'm just gonna do it the exact same way that I just made this one, and then we can attach it to our vest. 1, 2, and we have our vest piece. So the way that I attach the arms to the vest, I will turn the arms the right way out so that the fur is on the outside, and I'll turn the vest inside out so that the fur is on the inside. So then what I can do, and I'm just going to do this on top of each other so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about, is I will attach on the inside here the arm to the vest and angle it so that when you pull it the right way out, the fur is on the outside and the stitch is on the inside. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it, but I find that that's the easiest way for me. If that doesn't work for you, that's all good. That's just how I do things. I always try and line up the seams as well so that this whole section lines up so you don't like have an armpit like up here and an armpit like over. Once again, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pin it and secure it so that like it works. Okay, so once it's on and you're happy with how it's pinned, once again, stitch it up. Nice and simple. Once I do this side, then I'm just going to do this side the exact same way. Okay, so I have attached both of the arms to the vest. So guess what that means? We have no longer 2 arms and a vest. We have a fur jacket. I look so fabulous in this camera right now. Granted, my arms are all flappy and whatever. There's fur going everywhere. Can you see that? Oh my god, I totally look like one of those like inflatable dudes that's all like... All I gotta do now is hem it and like seam it so that it all looks like together and not just a mess of fabric. So I'm gonna start with the wrist because the wrist is the easiest section to do it. So all you gotta do is pull the edges of it and just pull it in. And then once you've pulled it in, pin it and stitch it. Okay, so my wrists are now stitched and I don't think the camera will be able to show, but I've like messed around with the fur so that way you can't actually see the stitching, so it's invisible. Woo! Magic trick. But now I am just looking at hemming the rest of the jacket. If you want this to look more professional, I would suggest lining it. It just feels like a lot sleeker. But for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to because I will probably add a few more bits and pieces to it once I've finished filming. So, okay, so this is the finished product for the jacket. It is so cozy and so comfy, and I feel as though I look so adorable in it, and I love it, and I'm so happy with myself because we did so good. But I made it with just enough time that I can get ready for work and get there on time. So I will see you tomorrow when it comes to the next part of the video. So tomorrow it is another day, and now that our delightful, beautiful, luscious fur jacket is made, I thought the overall look, like the jacket makes you look pretty extra, and like I'm down for that, but it's not as extra as it could be. So I thought, you know what we need? A pair of shoes to go with it. So what I'm gonna do is glam up a pair of like little boot heel things that I've had for decades, and we're gonna have some fun with it. So I'm gonna make myself look like a delightful maroon marshmallow because it's freezing in Australia, and we're gonna get heading to the shops to get some supplies. So now that I've been to the shops and grabbed what I needed to grab, I thought what goes the best with pink? Of course, Disney princesses, so I bought 2 of these books that are like sticker burst activity books, but I ain't gonna do the activities, I just need the stickers. So I got 2 books, 1 for each foot. I'm a genius, except for that hurt. And I've got these shoes that I've had for like 4 years and they've seen some stuff. So I thought, let's revamp them and sticker bomb the absolute hell out of them. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Yeah, but Kiss the Girl, the only thing that I really like in that song is how you got the seagull in the background like la la la. Wandering free, wish I could be part of your world. The shoe's starting to look a little crazy because I'm gonna head off to work and then I'll be back. So when I come back, the lighting's gonna be awful and I'm really sorry because I'm not rich enough to have one of those circle light things that make everything look flawless. The last 2 hours from work and I've been stickering my little heart out and I've managed to come up with this and I'm actually so happy with how it turned out. We had a few rough patches. We found out that stickers won't just stick by themselves even though they're called stickers. So I used epoxy resin to get some of it sticking. And don't shut your door and windows and leave yourself locked in the room because you will give yourself a headache. And then when I ran out of that, I started using just some shoe glue and that seemed to work. And then just like a lifetime supply of pegs just to like keep everything like clipped together and held there for a bit. But now that like I've got this section like all done skis, I'm now gonna move on to like the heel and like the sole bit up here because just black seems boring. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the wall paint by using shoe paint because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a professional. Using the wall paint that I used to paint the elephant for the graffiti wall that I painted a few videos ago or whatever. And then on top of that, I'm gonna put glitter because really, are you extra without glitter? And I think you all know the answer to that rhetorical question. The answer being no. So I'm gonna get to painting. Alright, so I got both of them all painted now. I'm pretty much dry. Well, that way, Janet. I'm pretty much dry, so I'm quite happy with them. But I feel as though we need some glitter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get some PVA glue, some of the selections of glitter in this huge pack that I got for like $5 from Kmart. I'm gonna be mixing pretty much all the purples and pinks and some of the silvers. Just a nice like mixture of glitters. So I know I'm gonna regret this decision because everyone knows that once there's glitter, there's always gonna be glitter. I can already safely say I have way too much glitter and not enough glue. Ah! I've already messed this up. I'm not a professional. Oh no! The air coming out of the PVA bowl just spread the glitter everywhere. Alright. Let's see if this works. Everyone hold your breath. Alright, you know what? Where's that light bubble? Oh my god. Ah, no! What did I just touch? Oh god, there's glitter everywhere. This is such a huge mistake. Oh no! I just felt the sliminess of the glue. I've made so many bad decisions in my life. And this one's definitely in the top 3. Ah! No, I can feel it on my hand. I can feel the glue on my hand. I'm just gonna give up. Okay. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go out and try and take some photos. Of course, the day that both Jai and I are free because Jai takes all my photos because it's amazing. Everyone thank Jai. Of course, the day that both of us are free and able to do this, and the day that I finish everything, it's raining! So the photos that Brad has taken, he's getting shone upon by the sun's glorious rays, and I'm gonna just have grey clouds. Just the aesthetic of grey. And grey can be pretty, but at the same time, like...
It would just match your heart.
Note to self, don't go out into our area to try and take these photos because I think we just got cussed at maybe like 5 times out of the side of cars, Joe. No more going into our area to take photos. So, let's go into someone else's area. Issue is like, the sun went down as we were driving to the other location that I had in mind. So now I have to chuck the iOS on the highest possible, and I have to put the exposure on like 3 just in case like it doesn't actually look bright. So we're gonna try and get some photos, but I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm not a professional. As you can see, you can't see.
It's brighter than my future.
All right, you can't see well, but pretty much the iOS situation actually worked out really well. We have a couple of the photos, which is good, and even some extra ones to show off my shoes, which I'm really happy about. But we're gonna head home because security's told us to leave. So we're gonna hop in the car. I'm back at home after taking all the photos. These are some of the photos that we took. I'm just gonna have them popping up on the screen so that you can see. I had so much fun doing this video, and I hope you all enjoyed it as well. If you liked it, tell me. If you follow it, show me, like, all that kind of stuff. I just love hearing everyone else's like input and feedback. Like, I live off that kind of stuff, whether it's good or it's bad. If it's bad, like, I can grow from it. If it's good, then like, hey, I know I'm doing something right. But either way, I loved making this video. If you have any other ideas of people that I could be inspired by to do this kind of stuff, please send them my way, because I love making this stuff so much. So I guess I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching the whole thing, and stick around. Bye.